Hard to believe there was a time when this was what Halloween decorations looked like, long before marketing campaigns ever really realized that they could make a lot of money off of Halloween decorations. But in the early 1900s, this is about all you had. It was stuff made out of pressed paperboard, and that eventually led way to blow molds and die cuts and all of that stuff. But in today's video, not talking about any of that, because that's a topic for a whole other video. Today, I'm going to get into some of the marketing campaigns that started in the 1920s and beyond. Well, hello again, ghouls and goblins, and welcome back to the channel. In today's spooky video, we're going to take an in-depth look at how marketing campaigns have changed the way we all have come to love Halloween. Now, as far back as the early 1900s, Halloween and marketing weren't really affiliated. However, in the 1920s, all of that changed when a lot of businesses realized that they could use Halloween to market a lot of their products. Now, this spans from everything from fast food to food that you would buy at the supermarket, and of course, right up to modern day with costumes and all of the animatronics that we see licensed coming out every year from Home Depot, Lowe's, and spirithalloween. So, we're going to take a look at this over the last 100 years for the most part. Almost a century or more of marketing campaigns have been going strong in Halloween. So, join me if you dare.
I got a black heart, it's a new start. Welcome to the spooky club. I got a black heart, it's a new start. Welcome to the spooky club. Take that! Join the spooky club.
We'll return after these messages.
This week, there's even more reason to buy this Kenmore washer at Sears. It's only $288. This dryer, $238. Both with permanent press cycles. An 18 cubic foot frostless refrigerator, $479.99. A 12 cubic foot chest freezer, $299.99. They're Kenmore, America's best sellers at great savings this week only. So come get them before they disappear.
There's more for your life at Sears.
Now, of course, Halloween always has that magical feel in the air, and retailers definitely decided early 1920s rolled around, they were going to start cashing in on some of this. Long before Hershey's and so many other candy bars were a staple for Halloween commercials and Halloween ads, in the 1920s, Wrigley's Spearmint Gum was one of the first to get on board advertising for Halloween, because who in the 1920s would not love a pack of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum thrown into their trick-or-treat bag? And I love how they stated it was bewitching mint leaf flavor. Now, I'm sure everybody remembers the hot dogs that had the Frankenstein commercial back in the day. But as early as the 1930s, Weenie Witch Party Book was advertising Camp's skinless Frankfurters for Halloween.
Say, Frank, you really like that cheese Frankenstuff, don't you? Did you know it's the only Frank with a tunnel of cheese?
Well, actually, no, I was unaware of that.
Frankenstuff with chili or cheese, created by Hormel.
And one of the earliest candy bars to get on board with Halloween was Baby Ruth. Be good to your goblins. Baby Ruth Halloween treats. 2 cents for a Baby Ruth back then. By the 1940s, Three Musketeers was coming on strong with the Halloween marketing campaigns. Some pumpkins for tricks or treats. Three Musketeers candy bars. You can see right there it was manufactured by the Mars Corporation in the early 1940s.
In the laboratory of Dr. Frankenstein, something incredible was created. The great taste of pure milk chocolate and delicious peanut butter. Unfortunately, no one would listen. And so the world would have to wait for the two great tastes that taste great together in Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
And yes, even by the 1950s, they were even making Dizzy Witch air fresheners. Fresh up and sweeten the air, last for months, perfect for car, home, or anywhere. Bewitching scents. So you can see how by the 1950s, the Halloween marketing campaign was getting in full swing. By the late 1950s and early 1960s, the artwork was starting to get much better. You can see right here, who remembers Dip Dab and the little dipper candies. Right here you could get the Halloween party pack for Dip Dab for your trick-or-treaters. And long before the cereal monsters, Kellogg's Corn Flakes was one of the first cereals to touch base on Halloween marketing strategies by using the cutout mask.
Look who's pouring Kellogg's Corn Flakes. They've got a special place on the front of a package of Kellogg's cereal. They sit down to a familiar face. Woo! The face of a Kellogg Corn Flake lover. The face of a new friend and flame. You can get Corn Flakes, part of this nutritious breakfast. You'll sit down to a familiar face, and it's gonna be a great day.
And with the rise of popularity of TV shows like The Munsters and The Addams Family, and Halloween TV specials such as It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, it's kind of a no-brainer that brands like Hostess would get in on the action Halloween marketing campaigns. And Hostess had the Halloween Cupcakes Munster Pack, available through Halloween only. What an amazing retail piece that is.
This house isn't haunted, is it?
Do something, Fruit Pie the Magician!
Yeah, my what?
No!
No drat, so are the Hostess fruit pies and Twinkies cakes.
I want to go home.
That's easy, yahoo!
Twinkie the Kid! Saved!
Now for Hostess fruit pies, apple and cherry and Twinkies.
Cream filling.
Real fruit filling!
You get a big delight in every bite of Hostess fruit pies and Twinkies cakes.
And the marketing campaigns even spilled over to children's board games. Here's one of my favorites, Casper the Friendly Ghost Game. Me and my sister used to play this game all the time on weekends, and it was absolutely a blast. Addams Family also had a card game. Possibly the roots of the spooky board games goes all the way back to the early 1900s, the fortune-telling game, which eventually led way to games like Scream In and Witch Witch. Look at the artwork on that. Scream In. We're only here for the fear.
Now Milton Bradley has cooked up a ghostly game, Witch Witch. You try to move through the spooky house that's full of surprises, but one of the wicked may turn you into a mouse. Or the whammy ball may drop and the witch's broom sends you back. If you're careful and reach the charmed circle, you win. Witch Witch. A Milton Bradley game.
And of course, naturally, costumes such as Ben Cooper in Collegeville cashed in on just about any kind of cartoon or motion picture franchise you could think of during that time frame, but we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about that since I have a Ben Cooper history series already up here on the channel. So for more info on that, be sure to check out that video. And of course, by the 1970s and the 1980s, fast food was starting to become a game changer for Halloween. Hardee's had the Fun Machine in the late 70s or early 80s, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, the entire game changer for Halloween was McDonald's Boo Buckets in the 1980s. And this is one of the promotional store displays. Just simply awesome. If you have that in your collection, sound off in the comments below. I would love to own that retail display in my collection, but I've never once come across it in all of my years of hunting. And here's the promotional display for the Halloween McNugget Buddies, which I keep clamoring about, and I hope one year they take a break from the Boo Buckets, and instead they return with the Halloween McNugget Buddies for an adult Happy Meal, but there were so many different Boo Buckets over the years at McDonald's. And of course, they returned a few years ago, and they're still going strong every year. But I definitely think now it's time for the Halloween McNugget Buddies to make a return. But before McDonald's was doing the McNugget Buddies and the Halloween Happy Meals, in the late 70s and early 1980s, McDonald's was doing the Happy Halloween gift certificates. Although this ad here is from the late 80s because you can see the Roger Rabbit ad down at the bottom. But it was a safer way to give trick-or-treaters something to look forward to, because this was during the time where people were doing nefarious things with candy. And Wendy's also did the same thing. They got on board with the Halloween gift certificates as well.
Fuddruckers for you! Fuddruckers is funky, and you know it's fun. With kids of all sizes, the #1. Got the best food around, yeah, you heard all right. And rad video games, you can play all night. A Halloween pumpkin comes with our kids' meal, and a cookie, free, an awesome deal. Bring mom or dad, or bring your best friend. Fuddruckers, fun times never end. Fuddruckers for food, Fuddruckers for fun, Fuddruckers for you. Get a free cookie and pumpkin with our kids' meal now.
So by the 1980s, we also were getting so many marketing campaign crossovers for beer. Of course, the biggie there was Elvira. She was the spokeswoman for Coors Light back in the day, and she was on TV all the time pitching Coors Light during Halloween season.
We'll return after these messages.
Elvira here, Mistress of the Dark and sometimes Surfer Babe, because Coors Light is the official beer of Halloween and the parties at the beach, Malibu Beach, where you can hang 10. Look, Frankie and Annette. And of course, when it's time to chill, just reach for that cooler of Coors Light. Aged ice cold, never frozen stiff. It's the right beer now for Halloween. Just look for the silver bullet smooth display and dig up your friends now for a party at the beach. Happy Halloween, dudes.
And by the 1990s, it wasn't just fast food, but pizzerias were also cashing in on the Halloween marketing campaigns. The biggie there being Pizza Hut. They had the Universal Monsters in the early 90s. In the mid-90s, they had Casper, as well as the Goosebumps kids meal, and Burger King was doing the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. So fast food was definitely coming on strong with Halloween merchandising in the 1990s.
Gosh, Burger Chef, it's Wolfburger the werewolf. Where can I get delicious burgers? Where can I get fun food? Where, oh where? At Burger Chef. Where?
And now at participating Burger Chefs, you can buy fun meals that now come on Halloween magic meal trays. There's a magic trick in each fun meal. There are 10 different magic meal tricks you can collect.
Burger Chef, you're incredible!
And by the early 2000s, Halloween had become such a marketing success that we finally started seeing Spirit Halloween stores popping up all over the country. I believe the first time I saw a Spirit Halloween store pop up was around 2005, and that definitely was a game changer in the way that everyone marketed Halloween. Because now, Spirit Halloween has their animatronics, and you can find just about any licensed character in an animatronic over the last few years, as well as Home Depot does them, Lowe's does them, and they're definitely a staple for Halloween. And it's really wild how all of this started almost 100 years ago. At that point in time, it was unheard of that one day there would be a yearly Halloween store, and probably, I'm thinking eventually, Spirit Halloween will try it in select markets, and I think they'll try to stay open year-round, because with the Spirit Christmas stores now, it definitely shows that a lot of people are into holiday merchandise for any holiday and all throughout the year. So that's just a small look at how marketing campaigns changed Halloween over the last 100 years. Hard to believe that all of this has been going on for 100 years, the marketing campaigns. Again, it looks like the earliest one goes back to the 1920s, and it looks like it's got no signs of slowing down, seeing now that even Summerween is a thing. That would have been unheard of back in the 1920s. But anyway, maybe there'll be a part 2 of this because there's so many marketing campaigns that are wrapped around Halloween. So if you'd like to see a part 2 of this, sound off in the comments below. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you're more invested into the Ben Cooper history, I'm also doing a series on that, so be sure to check that out. And I also have a series on Halloween through the decades, spanning everything from the 1970s to the early to late 2000s. So if any of that appeals to you, be sure to slash that subscribe button and join the club, because I do all things spooky, holiday related, retro related here on Derek BlackHearts Spooky Club. And be sure to turn on that notification bell also so you don't miss a beat of the action. And until next time, I'll see you on the dark side.
It is always there, waiting for us to enter, waiting to enter us. Until next time, try to enjoy the daylight.